Okay guys, here we go again. I'm never going to get a chance to finish that book, play that game. I'm currently playing No Man's Sky when I'm not, well, I haven't been able to play my sub-sim game for a while. If you play it, it's very immersive. Plotting courses, working out torpedo solutions. You know, you can't just fire the game up and play it for 5 minutes. You've got to say, I'm going to play the game and then settle down for several hours. I just don't have the time anymore. Oh, and I'm in the kitchen. I'm not down in the bunker. JAC said in one of the comments that it needed some work doing, so I'm having that done. So I've had to come up to the kitchen. You know, it doesn't take a lot. I laugh when I see all these plastic patriots talking about their overheads and how much it costs them to operate. We'll be going over to another channel in a moment where a guy is operating in a similar sort of place to mine. He switches between his living room and his kitchen and just dumps his laptop down and goes to work. One of the best YouTubers out there, Mark Dice in America, also runs his over 1.5 million viewer channel off his kitchen table. Damn, I meant to put an image up of my setup. Shall I get it? Yeah, I will. Hold on, I'll go pause. Oh, I can't get it. The wife is coming. Before she comes, I'll tell you something, right? She insists on the toilet. We've got a downstairs toilet. And she insists on the toilet roll being put on a certain way. And she always puts it on the wrong way with the paper down the front. So what I like to do is take the toilet roll off and put it back on the right way with the paper going down the wall. So if you hear a scream in a minute, you'll know why. She's taken to fold in the last sheet, hanging out the roll in a certain way to see if I've been tampering with it. Oh, here she comes. Quiet now. I'm going to pause. I can't show you the image. I haven't got time. I'm going to have to do domestic duties very soon. The other thing, you know, we got that rat, dog, I've got to call it a dog, I've been told, staying with us. Supposed to have been for a week, 2 weeks, and now it's 6 months, and we've had it over a month, I should imagine. It's a bitch. It really is. It's a bitch. I know it's a bitch. It hasn't got a block and tackle. Anyhow, I'm getting quite attached to the beast. And so is the wife. So I said to her, well, we could keep it. She said, I don't think they'd like that. And I said, well, what if I ring him up and tell him that Miley got run over and I've buried her? And she said I was insane. She said they see it when it come back. I said, well, that's okay. I said, what we can do is we can paint her and tell her she's a different dog. Oh dear. She's got no sense of humour. Anyhow, oh right, why have I come back on? Yeah, right. I wanted to show you this guy. History Debunked. We were just talking about him, wasn't we? He's in the living room today. He's one of the best channels out there. I love his comments. Not his comments, his videos. They are absolutely brilliant. You want to check his channel and see the different things he talks about. Usually round about 5 to 10 minutes tops. This one is quite short. His name is Simon Webb, but he's an avowed Zionist. He used to push Israel all the time in the early days, but not so much now. He's spent a lot of time out there. He's an author. He's written several books. I haven't read any of them. I quite like him. I like his style and everything, apart from his obsession with Zionism. Well, I thought you might like to see his take on splitting the vote. Yeah? 1 second.
Hello again. There are many reasons to be dubious about Nigel Farage and reform. I strongly suspect that Farage is a vain opportunist seeking his own glorification. However, he is tremendously popular with many average members of the public, and he's the first leader of a party created as an alternative to Labour and the Conservatives who has ended up with a mass following in this country, first in over a century. This is a stunning achievement, so he certainly has something going for him. I do not personally trust him, and I'm far from convinced of his integrity. Having said all that, Nigel Farage and his party are now in a position to trounce Labour electorally, and if the momentum can be maintained for another 3 years, they might reduce Labour to nothing at the next general election. This would, to my mind, be a wonderful and most desirable thing. Even in a worst case scenario, I cannot think that reform would be worse for the country than Labour and the Conservatives have been in recent years. They are bound to be an improvement. So they are the lesser of evils, and if they can demolish Labour, then I'm all in favour of them. As I say, no party has managed to get into such a position over the last century or so. There is a fly in the ointment, though, and it is Rupert Lowe. I happen to think that Rupert Lowe is probably more honest and principled than Nigel Farage. I prefer the policies which he is putting forward, and I think that his views align with my own far more than to those of Nigel Farage. I still regard him as a menace, though. The reason is simple. If people vote for Rupert Lowe's new party rather than all backing Nigel Farage, then this will allow Labour and the Greens more of a chance to get in. I think that the main focus right now should be to try and take down the Labour Party and humiliate them at every opportunity. Once that is done, then it might be time to start looking closely at Nigel Farage and reform and seeing if it is what we really want. As I say, Farage is a man whom people are prepared to vote for. And by people, I mean disillusioned Labour and Conservative voters, people that don't normally vote for fringe parties. I think that he is the best hope for changing the two-party system in this country. All that will happen if we now have another radical right-wing party is that it will split the vote, which would be disastrous. There is a real chance of smashing the two-party system here and destroying Labour. That should be our priority now, even if we are not altogether enthusiastic about the man who seems to have the best chance of doing so. This is a once-in-a-generation chance. It would be a tragedy if we lost it through factional infighting and introducing another potential leader. As I say, I have my doubts about Nigel Farage, but I would follow the devil himself and vote for him if I thought that it would rid us of that cursed Labour government. It seems to me that supporting reform is the only practical way of achieving that end.
I didn't pause, did I? I went straight back into the kitchen. Okay, guys. So that's why I had to get that out. So I'm going to upload this video, and then I really am going to take some time off to do something I want to do. And then I can come back and do lots of other stuff that people want me to do. I think, Paul, there was something else I had to tell him. Oh, yes. Why not go over and leave a comment on Simon's page and tell him why you were following the the Restore Britain Party and why he is wrong. I've done my bit. You do you a bit. You've been listening to Paul Morris, the Green Arrow, and that's what I wanted to tell you about, where I got the name Green Arrow, where it came from, and what Rotka means. Spoiler, Rotka, Return of the Green Arrow. But I'll show you something else in the next one. Women.